Hi, this is MrByZ, and today we're going to take a look at the Resistance action figures that have come out. There are 6 regular figures and 2 deluxe figures.
So here we have the Resistance figures. I've been getting these over the weeks. It took me about a month to get them all. I found a couple in store and then ordered most of the rest of the Amazon. Just had to wait for them to come, pretty much. I've been seeing more of the deluxe in store, but not so much of the regular figures. So let's go ahead and start with the deluxe figures. I'm going to start with one of the best ones here. And that is Yeager right here. He's got a great likeness to the cartoon show, which is good. Comes with his gun. His detailing on him is fairly mild. He does have a helmet. And these helmets are made, although this one's kind of weird because it's just the yellow clear inside. But these helmets are made so you can pop off the heads and put on the helmet so as to not make it, because look at his hair here. His hair would not fit in a helmet, but to make it work that way. But honestly, with him, the best part is Bucket. This figure has more articulation than any figure in this whole line. Bucket looks really cool. Got great detail. We've got a joint in the bottom of the neck and in the top of the neck here for Bucket. He's got ball joints in the shoulders, I guess you'd call them. And he has swivel joints here in the feet. And then this piece, the third foot, moves back and forth, as does that. Plus you can push this, well, not quite all the way in. You can push it in that far for him. But, so that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of articulation for the extra piece of the deluxe. This has more articulation than any other figure in this. It's pretty amazing. The detail, like I said, is really cool. The concept is cool. It reminds me of a Star Tours droid in many ways, just because it's just the shell of the astromech and you can see the inside parts and everything. Really cool. I do like him. Next, we'll go to our other deluxe figure, which is Poe Dameron. Now, for everything that Yeager is and good, Poe Dameron is kind of lame. So we do have Poe Dameron here. The likeness again looks really good for the cartoon show. Paint job looks very good. You're going to notice on a lot of these they have the same gun with a lot of these. And he has his helmet. His helmet actually just fits over his head. And this is the helmet like we see at the beginning of Force Awakens, because if you've been watching the show, last time we saw Poe Dameron, he was heading to Jakku. So obviously they're running right into Force Awakens. Now he is a deluxe figure because he comes with BB-8. Now we've gotten regular figures. Force Awakens, Last Jedi, just came with BB-8 as an accessory that were not deluxe. So this seems like a ripoff. As a $15 figure just because it comes with BB-8. And BB-8's head moves. That's it. And a little bit back and forth, a little turning, not much. So pretty lame. This is a very overpriced figure if you ask me, just because of that. Next we have Kasudo. Good likeness here. I don't have the cards here to show, but I do like the new cards where it gives the outline of the figure. Again, the same gun. Whoops. Same gun. He does come with a helmet as well. We can put it on him. And I do like that they have that clear yellow rather than that stupid banana helmet that we were getting in Force Awakens figures. So next we have Tora Doza. She has a hand that looks like it could use a weapon, but she did not come with a weapon, which I found different. Good head sculpt, good likeness on it. Very different paint scheme from what we've seen in other figures, which is pretty nice. I just felt that little symbol on her arm looks like a 5, which always seems weird to me to see regular letters and numbers in Star Wars, and not Arabesh. And she comes with a helmet. She's the only one of the aces that's come out so far. So we can pull off her head and we can put the helmet on. And unlike Yeager, oh boy, that one's a rough one to get on there. Come on. I feel like I'm gonna break it. Oh, there we go. Unlike Yeager, there's actually eyes behind the helmet, which is much better. You can actually see, I don't know if it's just because Yeager's further set back in his helmet or what, but you can actually see her eyes, which is pretty cool. Obviously, again, this is made because her head has these little buns, I guess you'd call them, the back of her head. There's no way the helmet's going to fit over that. So next we have Sonara Son. The paint apps on the face look really good with all the dots and everything. It's pretty impressive. Of course, we know her as Pirate. She is the only figure, I believe, that comes with a holster for her gun. But once again, it's that same. Well, actually, this is a little different. Not quite the resistance pistol that we've had before, but she does have the holster there, which is nice. Pretty good looking figure. I wouldn't mind seeing more of the pirate figures. Those are some of the cool with the scavenged like Empire armor and stuff like that. Paint apps look really good. She comes with a helmet as well. And I realize this really reminds me of the Lando Skiff Guard helmet in many ways. As you can see, it's not quite the same, but similar. And this just fits over her, so she can have that on. No extra head, basically, just as the helmet. Next, we have Commander Pyre. As you can see, as he's standing here, he actually has kind of a pose stance, which is a little nice. He's not just straight up and down. His elbows are slightly bent. In fact, most of these have slightly bent elbows rather than straight arms, which helps a little bit for these 5 points of articulation figures. The shiny gold on him actually looks pretty good. Wouldn't the chroming be nice? Yeah, but Hasbro's not going to give us that anymore. So, I like the concept. Unlike Phasma, though, you notice his helmet is just a Stormtrooper helmet painted gold, whereas Phasma's helmet's actually a little different. But it's because this little tube or whatever right here, I'm not the expert on Stormtrooper helmet, so I can't tell you what that is. But I know Phasma doesn't have that. Overall, nice looking figure. The guns on these troopers do not attach to the hip, though, like we've gotten before. So while it's that idea, you can see it's, like it's supposed to go there, but it doesn't. Pretty nice figure. His gun did get a little bent, and as it is. Next, we have Major Von Reg. Major Von Reg is cool, but look, we all want to get his TIE Interceptor, really. Get the First Order TIE Interceptor in red. I think it's pretty cool. He comes with this is more of the First Order pistol that we've seen with other figures before. Not totally a TIE Fighter pilot, First Order TIE Fighter pilot painted red. His helmet's definitely different. I didn't pull out a First Order TIE Fighter pilot to compare. But I don't know, I always like red, so anytime I get a red figure, I'm kind of excited about it. I do like the helmet, a little bit different. Hoping to see more of him. Like I said, I'd love to see his TIE Fighter. There's rumors of vehicles for the Resistance, but nothing substantial yet. And finally, there is just the Stormtrooper. And we can bring up Pyre here, and you can see how similar they are and how different. They don't have the same poses by far. They didn't just reuse the parts for each one, which is kind of nice. It looks like there's a few parts reused, but he does have swivel wrists for some reason. Pyre does not, nor do any of the other figures. Only the Stormtrooper for some reason. Again, you can't attach the weapon to his hip. A little miss there on the paint apps on the back of the helmet. There's a couple here and there. It's not too bad. I don't know, this looks better than, which was it? Is it the Last Jedi Stormtrooper that had the botched helmet to begin with? Seemed like all the paint jobs were bad on those, but, stylistically, it's a little different. It's pretty cool. So that's just a look at the Resistance figures that are now all over the place on my mat here. Pretty decent figures. I'm hoping to get more, and vehicles, and just get a little bit more. The show doesn't seem to be supported a little well, and I know the show's kind of boring. Taking, 19 episodes to really feel like Star Wars now, but... I hope to see more of this. It is Star Wars. I'd like to have vehicles and stuff to go with these. So for grading on these figures, the articulation is what's to be expected. They are a little more expensive, the regular figures at $10 now. These are a nice representation of each character. They did a good job on the head sculpts for these. Paint apps look all nice. Those extra helmet heads are kind of a cool way to do it, especially for those that have different kinds of hair rather than no helmet at all or with only the helmet on and that sort of thing. The cons are, they're a little more expensive, and honestly, that Poe Dameron is way too expensive. Really, for $14.99, it's supposed to be a 2-pack, but the second figure is BB-8.
And it's just a very limited articulation. They could have put some accessories with him or something. It seems like such a waste on that. And BB-8 was a pack-in for many figures previously, about the same size on those. So it's hard to consider that an actual figure. Whereas with Jaeger and his droid Bucket's got tons of articulation, tons of detail. I can accept that as a 2-pack, but BB-8 is. I really think they're ripping us off a little bit there, unfortunately. So overall, I would give these a B. If you watch the show, which I know isn't very exciting for a lot of people, but it looked like at the end of the season it was finally feeling like Star Wars as it butted up against Force Awakens. But, I'm looking forward to more figures coming out for this. I've already figured out a few characters that'd be nice to see and some vehicles that'd be good to see. But yeah, overall, a B on these. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the Resistance figures. These are getting more regularly available. They were kind of hard to get there for a little while. I had to complete mine through a couple at Target, a couple at Amazon here and there, just to finally get them. But I'm seeing them hitting more at Target, but some at Walmart as well. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you check out my other videos. I've got a couple retrospectives, a lot of Jabba the Hutt stuff coming here soon, plus a look at my full Jabba the Hutt diorama with the Pit of Carcoon, Jabba's Palace, Rancor Pit, all of that. It's just about done, and it's looking really good. I'm pretty happy with it. So if you want to check that out and be sure that you can, go ahead and subscribe by clicking right here. And you can also check out other videos that I have done, so you can kind of compare some stuff. And I hope to see you'll come and join me next time, that is, and enjoy your collecting.